Hello everybody, CritCrab here with a heavily requested bit of follow-up to that story from a while ago about the airship. If you haven't seen that one yet, I'll link it in the description or pop it in the tag up in the corner right there. But assuming you have seen the airship story, let's get right into it. Roll post. This short story features the same DM from the airship story. As a quick summary for those who don't want to read that whole thing, old DM was bland DM. The entire campaign was stuffed full of level 20 NPCs who could kill you with the pinky and boring encounters in square rooms. The players stuck around for much longer than we should have, but eventually there was a mass exodus and the campaign finally ended. So I was chatting with one of my fellow players about this campaign. He played the fighter. Ranting about the game here was cathartic and had stirred up some old memories. So we were joking about some specific really bad moments and comparing them to our current really good campaign. It was nice. It could have been worse, I guess, I said, thinking of some of the things I've read on this subreddit. He could have tried to have one of our characters raped or something else that's awful. A guilty look comes over fighter friend's face, and my stomach drops. I ask him what's up. He tries to play it off, but I'm pushy, and eventually he relents. When the campaign ended, we thought the DM handled it amicably. There was some passive-aggressive clinginess when we joined a new game with a different DM, but overall I genuinely believe that he had handled a pretty harsh social event with a degree of maturity. It was pretty much the only thing that kept me from dropping as a friend altogether. Well, apparently I didn't have the whole story. Fighter friend had kept it from me because he knew it would really upset me, which I don't blame him for, because it really upset me. So, turns out that DM took the campaign ending with all the grace of a reversing dump truck without tires, and I guess he blamed me specifically for it. Apparently, he went to Fighter Friend and demanded to know if I had pressured the group into quitting. Fighter Friend was very non-combative and had a bad habit of telling people what they wanted to hear. But he claims he did not throw me under the bus here, which was nice. DM was left to deal with the fact that 4 players had aggressively quit on him. A bit of time goes by, and DM and Fighter Friend are at another event. Just them, nobody else from the game. DM proudly told Fighter that he had, quote, written an epilogue about where our characters ended up. Fighter Friend, having had to listen to me and Rogue Player in particular complain about how the DM railroaded our characters, was nervous about this and asked for details. Apparently, Bard and Rogue got married. The players had no serious interest in their characters being romantic and never had. There was one moment where the Bard confessed his undying love to get the Rogue out of an arranged marriage, but it was clearly a joke and a bluff. Side note, the DM tried to make him roll percentile to, quote, see if the confession was true. Bard refused. DM told Fighter later that he was going to fudge the roll because he wanted them to get together so badly. Fighter got married to a random NPC that he had interacted with a bit more than the rest. Even though he was a Warforged, which is a giant suit of sentient armor that don't really do complex emotion, this NPC was so adorable and great that he developed emotions just so he could love her. Never mind his sibling relationship with my character that had been going on for years. That wasn't real love. Said character was under 18 during our campaign, so apparently they got married after she, quote, came of age. Ew. And my sorcerer, well, the only mention of her is that she got raped at Bard and Rogue's wedding, but it's cool because Fighter ripped out the spine of her attacker. So, some context. By the end of this campaign, we were all multi-classing into weird prestige classes just to hope to survive these crappy encounters. My character was a changeling, so I went into a class called Recaster, which let her do permanent hands-free spellcasting, as well as a number of free, quickened, enhanced, and shaped spells per day. Thanks to the DM's terrible battle planning, I easily had the highest kill count in the group, thanks to the mooks all standing within fireballing distance. This was before you got into her taking spells like Flesh to Stone, Disintegrate, Prismatic Ray, and other just screw this encounter magic. The concept that someone would be able to overpower her long enough to rape her was absolutely laughable. This girl never let anyone get close to her, and even if she did, she was armed to the magical teeth. She wore her mage armor to the market. The party teased her for her paranoia constantly. But okay, let's back up and assume her rapist was some ultimate evil with an anti-magic dick or something. Right after the DM basically claims I'm personally responsible for his campaign ending, this epilogue just comes into existence, where everyone else's characters get married and have babies, but my character gets punished with sexual assault. Yeah, righto, buddy. Real subtle. Poor fighter friend was pretty young when all of this went down. Think 18, while the rest of the group was 24 or over, and he absolutely didn't know how to respond to this. He knew it was bad, but he didn't know what to do about it. He asked the DM to send him a copy of the epilogue, claiming curiosity but wanting proof. The DM never sent it though, so I'm guessing maybe he realized that providing written evidence of his screwery wouldn't work out well for him. In the end, fighter friend decided to pretend he'd never heard about the epilogue until we were talking the other night. I don't blame him. In my last post, I defended the DM here and there by saying he was young, inexperienced, and oblivious. I take it all back. I'm disgusted that after I gave him kudos for, mostly, taking the ending of the campaign well, this turned out to be the reality. I'm done. End post. Hold up real quick. This story is the cause of quite a bit of concern, but my biggest question so far has got to be how one even goes about raping a changeling sorcerer. Being a sorcerer, there are surely loads of countermeasures she could use, like, casting prismatic ray on his dick, or even just being a changeling without any other magical powers would provide her plenty of ability to avoid it, like she could turn into a guy and give Cook here the big gay, or even better, she could turn into a Slender Man-like creature that doesn't have any real defining features or anything. All in all, I rate the DM's revenge fantasy a solid 2 out of 10. His writing was weak, lazy, riddled with plot holes, and just plain boring. At least we know even Craig would have added a touch of nuance, and a railroading weeb would have just copied a storyline that worked before. Anyways, if you enjoyed this story, please do leave me a like and subscribe to the channel for more stories just like this one. Until next time.